Chocolate Man is back, baby. I'm back with clanking noises of the spoon. I'm not yet to my fullest capacity. I am trying to become one with the camera. Morning videos are one of the most good way of waking up your brain, telling your brain like, yo, get into the fastest gear you can. We need to perform. This is a performance. I think that's what people don't understand about videos. If you want it to feel like it's not a performance anymore, you have to have so many repetitions that your brain feels like it's weird if you don't film. I think that's what misses from people's life. Enough repetitions is the key to doing everything. And people underestimate the power of doing multiple repetitions, short repetitions throughout the day. They do not understand how much it compounds if you change it from like a long session to multiple sessions throughout the day. It changes so much and it brings you closer to what you want, which is to not feel anything negative whenever you are filming or before you are filming. I cannot English today. So it's interesting. I already reached my goal with these YouTube videos. I already reached my targets, which was to learn how to speak better on camera. Of course, this is not an example of it because I just woke up, but it is even better than the first time I did it on this channel. Like the first day of Diary of a Friend, I was so bad at talking in front of the camera, even though I was thinking that I'm great because I had so much experience beforehand, like doing voiceovers for my courses and doing intros. But it turns out I'm not that great. Like live, unscripted videos are, well, live. You know what I mean? Without any edits, are a different beast. You have to construct your arguments and your ideas in a form that is so crystallized and they make sense so much more. And you have to do it so much faster. That's the point. And in order to do that, you truly have to use simpler language or discuss things that you've discussed before. I think the coffee, well, the chocolate, because I'm drinking chocolate milk, well, chocolate water, is amazing. Ah, I haven't missed coffee one day. Well, I did at the beginning. I was having a bit of trouble adjusting because my head was just hurting a lot. I'm sore because I did a bit too much sports yesterday. But I'm gonna go today as well to do some sports. I think I'm gonna develop a habit once a day to go in the park and make sports, do some pull-ups and some push-ups. But I need to find my gloves because I'm gonna develop calluses if I do this every day. I need to find my my gym gloves. I don't know where they are. Like before I started this challenge, they were right over there in the corner on a desk. They are probably in the cupboard, in the, what's it called? The clothes cupboard, the dresser. Just having fun with it, but it's hard to laugh. Oh no, I covered the mic. It's hard to laugh because my back and my chest and my arms, especially my arms, are sore. Ah, so bad. So bad. Oh my Jesus. But it feels good. It feels good. I shouldn't have overtrained. I did kind of overtrained. I was like, let's go for a full set. Well, I didn't actually do a full set. Usually, when I was going to the gym, I did 3 exercises, and by the end of the year or 9 months when I went again, I was able to do about 4 exercises, like instead of 3, because I developed a functional body, which I don't have anymore. It's not. It's rusty. Needs a bit of. I didn't lose a lot of my gains, which was nice. I didn't lose. Like yesterday, I did some pull-ups, and I wasn't that far off from what I could do in the past, which was, well, not really because. But last time I went to the gym for 8 or 9 months, I was doing about 10 to 12 pull-ups. And yesterday I did 10, and then I did 6, and then I did 5, which sounds bad, but it's 70%. Because when I started going to the gym, back to the gym, I could only do 3 or 4 because I haven't gone in 3 years, I think. And I was a bit more fat than now. And I was doing about 3 or 4. And then I slowly went up to 12 in a few months, in maybe 5 months or 6. And then I stayed there because I didn't want to push it further. I don't have a, well, now I did. Yesterday I was, because you don't feel it the same day. You don't feel the soreness. You don't, it's interesting how delayed this whole thing is. And it's delayed for your own good, because if you expand a lot of energy, you're going to feel it the next day. So you don't have to worry about it today, so you don't die today. So yeah, but that's super interesting to see, to notice how much rusty I am. Hopefully I'll get in shape again. I cannot wait, because I don't have any vices anymore except for social media, which I kind of do at night. So I kind of have it in check. But I don't smoke. I don't drink coffee. I don't drink anymore. So I need something to have as a vice. And I think sports is going to be my vice again. I used to have it before. I did running. I did go to the gym. I was running when I was meditating as well. When I had the 500-day meditation thing, where I meditated 2 times a day for 20 minutes each time, so 40 minutes a day for 500 days. almost, or I think more than 500 days. I don't know. And I was dieting, and I was also running, and I was waking up super, super early to run before I went to the university. That was super fun. Super, super fun. Well, was it before or after? I cannot remember. Yeah, yeah. So that's what I was doing, and then I stopped the meditation, I stopped the running, I stopped the non-smoking, I started smoking again, and then I moved to another country. I started doing those things again. I started going to the gym, and then I moved back. I went to the gym again. I stopped going to the gym. Then I stopped again, and then last year, well, a year and a half ago, I stopped going to the gym again. And now I'm going back to the sports on and off seasons. But yeah, you think that getting bigger and bigger and bigger serves you something, but it doesn't. Really doesn't serve you much. Like being just a chunk of meat doesn't really serve you that much. Yeah, you feel better, but I mean, you don't feel better because if you don't go to the gym, that meat just becomes weight. And it's like you have a weight vest on you. I used to have 64 kilos, now I have 80. Sure, I'm a bit fat around the middle area. I have a bit of a tummy, but nothing much. Like I used to, when I was going to the gym, I was actually hovering about 80, 81 kilos. So I was quite thick. And it wasn't really because of my tummy. I had a decent amount, like fat content, but I did lose some of that while I was fasting. During this journey, I started to fast at the beginning of the journey because it was making me feel a bit more energetic. But it turns out what I actually needed to feel more energy in my life was momentum. And on top of momentum, I also needed to quit social media. And that's exactly what I kind of did. Like social media kills your like creativity and energy levels quite a bit. And yeah, I do feel like I want to cheat on my social media thing every single day, but I don't. And it's fun. It's actually fun to. I don't get bored anymore. I don't know why. Maybe I should go even further and not touch my phone, not message anyone, not. Because that's what I do. I spend a lot of time talking to people, which is much better than spending time on social media. I think it's way more important to just talk to people instead of watching things that other people have made and that they are not important in your personal life. Sure, in your digital life they might be important, but in your actual personal life they don't matter as much. They are actually just people in a room in a screen on your phone. It's like, yeah, much more different than people around you. But I think we kind of lost that. Kind of lost the idea that people around us are more important than people on the screens. It's another beautiful night. I went to do some sports just because I was so sore. I was having muscle aches because I did some sports yesterday. And I don't have the same feeling as I had this morning. Maybe tomorrow I don't feel it yet again, but I'm gonna go do sports, I think, every day from now on. I just enjoy it very, very much. And I'm getting back into it because I don't have anything else to do except sports. Like no vices, no things that I can really do and enjoy except work. So I don't want to do work every single moment that I'm awake. Huh. Trying to catch that pesky little fly that I've been having for the last 2 days. I haven't gotten rid of it. Sophie's trying as well. She's super excited to catch it. She's like super. Her predator instincts are like super high. They go like, "Where is she?" I actually filmed her doing that. In other news, I met with my editor to pay him because he finished the whole project. So that's super nice. Now I have to look at over the work that he did, and in case I have to tell him something to change something, which I'm not really thinking that I will have to say that something needs to be changed, because I'm going to go through everything and put it all together myself. So, but I don't have to do any cuts. I'm just fixing little things, little mistakes that I want to be different and putting them into step by step instructions. And yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. And tonight, a car almost hit me. They were driving backwards on a street. I was crossing the street and I noticed them, but I was thinking, oh, they're going to stop. Of course. And they didn't. And I had to slap their back window, and they were like arguing with me about the fact that I wasn't crossing the street where I was supposed to. And thing is, I was crossing the street exactly where I was supposed to, because it was the end of a street. The street was paved recently, and because of that, the crossing was not there anymore. And I told them, like, look, if I wanted to cross the street, where would I need to go? Like, where? Do I need to go at the end of the street? Do I need to go where? Like, there is no actual crossing on this street. Where should I go? No, no, no. And then everybody else who was there, like, well, at least one person uh, told me that they were in the wrong. They a beautiful old man told me, like, no, that's illegal what they did, because they were driving backwards. So you have to yield no matter what when you're driving backwards. Like, it's you are not using the car. Uh, Sophie started to bark at the neighbors. You are not using the car properly. You are going backwards. So you should be very, very careful, and also yield to everything. So yeah. Plus, I was a pedestrian. I wasn't a driver. So he was in the metal box. I was not. So I'm just flesh and bones. And yeah, he was just screaming at me, and his wife the same. And I was like, are you crazy? You hit me, and then you failed to stop. You hit me, and then you they didn't hit me, but they were super close. Like they were right next to my leg, and I slammed the hand on the, and they stopped immediately. But they started arguing with me, and I started to argue back. I was like, "Are you crazy?" And I didn't call the police. I didn't call anything. Nothing really happened, except for the fact that they weren't attentive enough. They weren't paying attention. And it was crazy because it wasn't like I was coming behind a car or something. Like I wasn't just behind a corner or something. I was just, there was enough room to see me from like 10 meters away. I'm like, Jesus. Imagine if it was a kid or something else. It's crazy. It doesn't really matter who it was. They were just stupid. They started arguing with me, and I was like, "Are you crazy? You hit someone with your car and then you blame it on them when it's obvious it's your fault?" I'm like, Jesus. And they were like, "Oh, let's go to the police." And I'm like, "Okay, let's go." Like, like, sure, let's go. I'm not gonna get anything. They're not gonna do anything to me because it's not as if I was crossing the street like in the middle of the street and it was like a big street. It was just it's not even a street. It's a closed street, as in it doesn't lead anywhere. It's like 20 meters. I'm like, that's not even like, oh my God, 30 meters or something. And I'm like, Jesus Lord. He was so dumb. 50-year-old man, dumb as a brick. Thank you for watching and see you tomorrow.